Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is Twit.
Hello, my name is Chad. I'm with Twit and Before You Buy, and today I'm reviewing the Tesoro Lobera fully mechanical keyboard. This is the Spectrum. What sets this keyboard apart from other gaming keyboards in the category is that it has full color RGB LEDs below each mechanical key. This means that through software that you can change the keyboard color. You're not locked into green, blue, or red. You can change it to any color in the rainbow, in the spectrum, for you to enjoy. There's also lots of animations behind the keys as well. So, what does this sound like? This is the brown version of mechanical switches. If I'm just going to do a little test. And I'm opening up tabs and stuff on the computer in the background. It doesn't make a click sound once depressed, and then the force of the key is what you would kind of expect from a mechanical key. I found typing on this very, very fun, very awesome. The feedback is great, and it doesn't do that click, that downforce click, which is nice for someone like me who actually records my games. This is perfect for Let's Players. It is a little bit more louder than a standard membrane keyboard, but other than that, it's pretty simple. Some other features that the keyboard has is a braided cord. This cord does have a USB pass-through for over here on the side. You get 2 USB ports. You also get a microphone and headphone port on this as well. There's also, you can switch between profiles with a button on the top, so you can see that my keyboard will switch between 2 profiles here with that button right there. Also, there are some function keys at the top, which are your multimedia keys. You could play, pause, volume up, volume down, and those sorts of things. It also has a numpad on the side, so if you're someone who doesn't want that on a keyboard, some people like their hands to be closer together. This does have a numpad. I enjoy the numpad. I like using the number pad. So there's that. Now, let me quickly talk about the software. Software is pretty simple. Basically, the user interface of the software is not perfect. But the software does allow you to do some really neat stuff with the keyboard. So if I switch in here, I can do some different illumination. So here's red illumination. Here is pink illumination. That's more like a purple. Here's yellow. And here is blue. Very quickly, it applies to the keyboard, which is really, really nice. Once you exit out of that menu, you can do some lighting effects. There's some really neat lighting effects. Here is a trigger lighting effect. So whenever you hit a key, it will light up temporarily. That's one good way to tell if, when you're playing a game, if you've actually done it correctly. Ripple looks like ripple is pretty neat. And what's cool is that these do layer, which is really nice. A lot of keyboards, there will be sort of a maximum amount of key presses before the animation resets itself. And with this, it doesn't do that. It's very fluid, very, very nice. Here is Firework. It's much smaller, and it does sort of a yellow sort of blast around that key. Next is Radiation, and that kind of goes across the whole keyboard there. It's very neat, like that. Next is Breathing, and this just has the whole keyboard breathe, basically. It doesn't matter what key you press. Next is Rainbow Wave, and this one has got to be one of the coolest ones available. Once again, it doesn't matter what keys you press, it just does a rainbow wave the entire time, which is really neat. And there's one more, which is Audio, which I never actually got to work. I assume that if you're playing music, it would do an audio waveform on the keyboard. Actually never got that one to work. Those are a few of the illumination options. You can also do it based off of your WASD keys. So here is a breathing just on those, in that profile area. Here's a shine, and then here is a trigger on trigger, so that when I hit one of these keys, it'll light those up. So pretty fully formed in terms of some of the options that you can do, except I could never figure out a way to turn the brightness down on this keyboard, which was a really big issue for me, as I had this keyboard in my bedroom next to my computer setup, and it's very bright at night, incredibly bright at night. The best thing that I could figure out to turn off the keys was either to choose a profile that would only illuminate like on a key press, or you can go to your illumination options and set the color to pure black, and then that will turn off the black backlight as well. It was a little bit convoluted in order to turn off the illumination. I felt like there should be like just a button up here or something like that. Let's go for the pros and cons. Pros, fully mechanical keys on every single switch. Another pro is that the RGB LED illumination is really nice. And then the third pro is USB pass-through, which I really liked. On the cons, you cannot charge devices through these USB ports. They're just, it's just a hub, and you really shouldn't charge your cell phone through it. I wasn't super impressed with the software that came with the keyboard. And finally, I wasn't super thrilled that there was no easy way to turn down the brightness of the keyboard. By the way, all of your settings can be saved under the keyboard, so that when you go to a friend's house, all your macro settings, it has all the things a gaming keyboard needs. Macro settings, it'll store it on the keyboard so you don't have to carry your software around. So all of that is included. Basically all those features I just assume are in a gaming keyboard worth its salt. Price is $159 MSRP. That's about how much I'm seeing it online via Newegg or around the internet, basically. So buy, try, don't buy for the Tesoro Lobera Spectrum fully mechanical keyboard. I'm going to give this a try. And the reason I'm giving it a try is because there's a few features in this premium keyboard market that I don't see this keyboard having, but it works just fine. I never found myself unable to use it or unable to do a task, but it's just not the highest end, even though it's at a high-end price point. So try for the Tesoro Lobera Spectrum fully mechanical keyboard. Thanks for watching.